Hi guys, and welcome to RetroB8. Guys, it's been a long time coming. This is easily the longest I've ever went without making a video on YouTube. What can I say? I've enjoyed having a bit of a time out. I've enjoyed catching up on lots of other people's content, something that recently I find it really hard to do. So many fantastic channels out there, and really catching up with all of them. It's a massive undertaking. So guys, you'll get a like from me. Sometimes I'll forget to make a comment, but I'm there, I'm watching, and yeah, there's more choice now to watch than there's ever been before. But guys, in my video today, in this episode, well, I'm going to be looking at something called collecting on a shoestring. Now, at the end of January, some of you may know, I was made unemployed, or I kind of made myself unemployed. Mental health is a very important thing, and when you start to realise that your job is affecting you in a negative way, then you need to make a change, guys. Family comes first. Your own personal health, everything like that has got to come first. Everything else comes after, okay? So family and number one. Even YouTube, all of that has to come second, guys. So what has happened in that time? Well, yeah, I had to kind of scale back everything for what I was collecting. eBay, that had to take a back seat. So yeah, what actually happened was, with having a lot less money, that kind of reevaluate what I was actually going to do. So in the last episode that hopefully you may have seen, I repaired an Xbox, an original Xbox, and it come like to the price of, I don't know, I think it was £12 in total for the spare parts that I needed. I cleaned it up, it's absolutely fantastic. So of course, then I start looking for games. This is where collecting on a shoestring comes in, because when I've added up how much I've actually spent in the last couple of weeks while collecting some games that I definitely think I'm going to be playing a lot, I realised that it wasn't actually that much. And for what I've got, I'm hoping that you think that I've done okay, because I certainly do. So I've got some games here, and I'm going to be putting a total for how much the games cost in this corner. We're going to add them up, and we'll see what you think at the end. So guys, the first game we've got here is this one, and this is Project Gotham Racing 2. As you can see, it's a great little racing game. I have actually had a go at this one. It's really good. Reminds me a little bit of Gran Turismo, along that kind of line of gaming. This game here, £1. This costs £1 from a charity shop, and guys, I think that is an absolute steal. I've no idea how much it costs in CEX, but I've played this game and it's definitely worth £1 of your money. Next, and this is probably the best bargain that I've found so far, we have Outrun 2. I mean, who doesn't like Outrun on the Sega? I absolutely love Outrun. I love the music. I've never played this game before. I've never owned an Xbox before. This is an absolute cracker, guys. This cost £1 from a charity shop. So these bargains are definitely out there. So we move on to some eBay purchases. So yeah, having a lack of funds, I start off with the cheapest, and then I look at the ratings of the games, what percentage did they get back in the game, and this game, even though it was fairly cheap, well, very cheap, it did have some good ratings. I've not played it as yet, but I can now, but I'll show you why later. Full Spectrum Warrior. I got this from eBay. I swear the postage and the box itself had to have cost more than the £1.78 it cost me, and that includes postage. Now I think that's pretty decent. Next is a game that I think I will play. I see a lot of people talking about these games, mostly American channels, but again, I looked at the price, I looked at what the ratings were, and this game costs £1.97, and that was NFL 2003. Now, not a huge American football fan, guys. I used to be a few years ago, but do you know what? I think I've played maybe 1 or 2 American football games in my life. But do you know what? Why not? £1.97, it's worth a crack, isn't it? So NFL 2003, £1.97. Next we move on to possibly one of the most iconic games on the Xbox, on the original Xbox anyway, and that's Fable. Now, I've heard so much about this game. I've watched a couple of documentaries about the guys who made it, about what they promised in later games and later sequels, and what arrived, what came, what didn't. I have given this a quick blast through. It looks really smooth. It looks like quite a big game, and there's definitely something that I'm well looking forward to getting stuck into. Guys, this was £1 in my local CEX. It's all the discs are in great condition, boxes are in great condition as well. At the same time, I picked up another game. This is another game that I've never really gave much time to this genre. I did a little bit on the PlayStation 1. I think it was SSX it was called, which was alright, but it just wasn't my thing. I much prefer doing this sport in real life to playing a game. But one of my close friends said, you know what, you really need to give these games a try. Stop thinking in the box, start thinking out the box. So I'm on a budget, and the game came along at the right price. So I thought, yeah, do you know what? Why not? We got Amped 2. This cost, as you can see, £1 from CEX. I have loaded it up, I have played it, and guys, it's a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. I can actually go as far to say as I've probably played this game the most of these games out of all the games I'm going to show you today. So guys, I don't know if you're adding these up, but add that one to your total. That one was £1. So continuing, one of the first questions I asked when I got this beautiful machine. I mean, look at it now. She's really turned into a absolutely fantastic example. I really am happy with how she's turned out. One of the things I wanted to know was, what are the Xbox exclusives? I owned an Xbox 360 for less than 6 months when they first came out. So like I've never ever owned an original Xbox. I didn't know what any of the exclusives were. And one of the games that kept coming up all the time was this game, and that was Riddick, or the Chronicles of Riddick. So I have played this game. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like a Metal Gear Solid kind of game, where you're sneaking about, trying not to get caught, and obviously you're trying to escape from this prison. Very enjoyable, very playable. The graphics are very smooth. When you compare these to PS2, I have to say I've been really impressed with the Xbox so far. But yeah, here we go guys, this was Riddick, and this was £1 from CEX. So I think the most expensive game we've gotten so far was £1.97. But we're about to go up a little bit now guys, because if anyone who's ever owned an Xbox, one of the games that they're going to say play is this one. And of course, it's Halo. Now, I have bought this and the sequel, however the sequel isn't here. It's been about a week now, so that's a little bit concerning. I did play Halo on the Xbox 360, and it was a very good game. I've never played the original, ever, and I still haven't played this yet, but this will be getting played very soon indeed, because it looks pretty awesome. Like, as I say, I've also ordered the sequel as well. This costs £2.50, and that was including delivery from eBay. I also paid £2.50 for the sequel, but we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer for that one to arrive. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you is a very iconic film, one of my dad's favourite films. I think I watched this film when I was possibly like 9 or 10 years old with him. So I have got a lot of nostalgia, a lot of memories from the film. And I did have this game on the PlayStation 2. My brother-in-law's been streaming it all week. He played it till completion, I think it was on Thursday. Really enjoyed watching that, and it definitely nudged me towards looking for this game. When I found a copy, there was one that I could bid on eBay again, and it was this game, guys. the Warriors. I really enjoyed playing this on the PlayStation 2. I'm hoping, I'm imagining that it's going to be virtually identical on the Xbox. But I'll be looking forward to seeing what the difference is between the two systems. So this, guys, the Warriors, and the Warriors cost £2.20 on eBay. All of these prices include delivery. Are the ones that I've bought anyway. So next we're going to move to another game that I was recommended, that I've never really played this genre before, and this is Tony Hawk's. My friend Danny from Press Start Gaming, he recommended me this game, or recommended that I give these a go as well, and I thought, do you know what, why not? So I have had a little go, and the first thing that stands out immediately is the soundtrack. I think the music in this game is particularly good. It's quite impressive. It's a little bit like the snowboard thing. It's not a game that I'm used to playing, but it kind of drew me in a little bit. So yeah, I ended up just putting it in to see if the disc worked. About 45 minutes to an hour I spent basically listening to the music and playing this game. Guys, this is the cheapest game of the ones that I bought, and this game cost 50 pence from a charity store. So not bad at all. Okay, the next games that we're moving on to are games that have been gifted to me. The next two have. Normally we would do, me and my friend, like I send him stuff, he sends me stuff. So I'm just going to put these down as like an exchange, because like I send him games that I've got like dupes of, or that I finished playing, and yeah, vice versa. He knows I'm massively into rugby, so he sent me this game here, guys. This is Rugby League. I don't play Rugby League, I don't watch Rugby League, but it is a rugby game. I have played it. The rules are a lot different to Rugby Union, but there's a lot of action in there, and it is quite a catchy game. Now, I'm not going to lie, this would never be a game that I would even look at twice. But do you know what? It's actually pretty decent. It kind of hurts me to say it, because I'm a huge Rugby Union fan, and I don't really do Rugby League. And since playing this game, I actually watched my first game of Rugby League on, I think it was on terrestrial TV on BBC 2 last week. I think I was watching the Challenge Cup semi-final, and I watched that due to this, and what game that was as well. So yeah, I've enjoyed playing this, and yeah, it's definitely going to stay in the collection. So thank you very much for that one. And this next one was a game that I so closely bought, but I decided not to, because, you know, with being on a budget, I couldn't really I couldn't really see that it was worth the money that someone wanted for it. However, my friend Danny did send me it. I love the original and the sequel on the PlayStation 1. I love a bit of Abe's Odyssey, but here we have Oddworld Munchers Odyssey. Now, I've never played this, but wow, when I look on the back, guys, it just looks amazing. I haven't played this one yet, but I'm really looking forward to playing that. Yeah, and this is an Xbox exclusive, which explains why I never even heard of it until about 4 weeks ago. So these two cost nothing. So the next ones I want to speak about, guys, I've done a bit of a swap with another YouTuber. YouTuber is called Bahaha, and he's called Ross. Now, I sold him a game after appearing on the swap shop. I think it was Ghostbusters, and we've had a few conversations on WhatsApp since. And I think I put a question out: has anyone got any Xbox controllers? And Ross got in touch with me, and basically I've got like a pile of games down there, you might see. They're all swaps for the swap shop and things like that. And he's like, look, I've got a controller that I can send you. Like, do you want to buy it or swap it? Or to be fair, he probably would have just sent us it, but that's not the way things work, guys. So I like to say thank you. And so I sent him a few games down, and he said, well, you know, I've got a spare couple of games that I don't play. But the first thing I just want to show him is the controller, guys. Now, really, really happy with how this controller came out. I'll just put a little picture up now so you can see what it looked like beforehand. It did need a little bit of work done on the analog sticks there. Now, all I've done is take these analog sticks out of a PlayStation 2 controller that I don't use anymore. Stripped the thing apart, washed it in a bit of soapy water, give it a good brush down, give it a nice clean, and guys, that is a beautiful, lovely condition Xbox controller now. So it goes perfect with the Xbox. However, again, thanks Ross, because he then put in some absolutely cracking games. So none of these games are getting added to the total, because I've swapped these for games that I don't play, that I've picked up for like less than now, or in like a box, you know, just of like games, and nobody can be bothered to split them. So I've paid pennies for these guys. First up, we have got Star Wars Republic Commando. I haven't played any of these games yet, but there were some absolute belters in here. Like, my son's hugely into Boba Fett. He thinks that's Boba Fett on the front. To be fair, I have no idea if it is or not. I'm not massively into Star Wars. I used to be, like, you know, the original three, but since then my interest's kind of tailed off a little bit. Some beautiful screenshots on the back there. So thank you Ross for all of these, mate. Did play this on the PS2, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was a PS2. True Crime, Streets of LA. Cracking game. Enjoyed playing this one. I'm looking forward to seeing what the difference is between this and the PlayStation version. Moving on fastly, guys. An absolute classic. This is another game that was recommended to me, that I should definitely pick up on the Xbox, but I don't have to now. It's good old Ross has come to the rescue, guys, and he sent Time Splitters 2. Never played this on. I think it was out on the PlayStation 2. Never played it on the PlayStation 2. So that is meant to be an absolute cracker. So looking forward to that one as well. A game that I have played is this, and that's Driver 3. I did enjoy this. I love the actual driving part of the game. I think the graphics are particularly good, especially when you think, you know, we're going back quite a few years here with these releases, and I think it looks just fantastic still. Yeah, so this is one that I'll definitely be getting played very soon out of all of these. That one's pretty much top of the list because I did enjoy that on the PS2. And then we move on to this. It's another franchise that I've enjoyed, and that's the Prince of Persia. Yeah, what can I say about this, guy? I first played it on, was it a BBC Micro? It may have been a BBC Micro back in the day. I never played it on the Commodore 64, it was never released. There's a fans version, a homebrew version being released recently. But I did have played these on, I think I used to have one on a PSP. And it was a great little game, really enjoyed it. Love the fighting. I'm pretty sure can't you slow down time on this? I'm sure you could like slow down time and do things in slow motion and that. So I'm really looking forward to giving this a go, guys. We're getting there. This is the penultimate one, and this is also a game that I played more on the PlayStation 1. And here we have Splinter Cell. This is Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Yeah, I'm sure this was the PlayStation 1 that I used to play, and it was a cracking game on there. I used to kind of get that and Metal Gear Solid. I used to think they were like quite a similar game. So if this is anything like that, I am a Metal Gear Solid fan. I know a lot of people are not, but I'm looking forward to seeing how this stands up against that, because yeah, judging by the screenshots on the back, it looks like a really, really nice looking game. But as we all know, a game can look the part, but doesn't play the part. Last but not least, guys, is a game that I think literally every Xbox owner must have had, because this is easily the most I've ever seen of any game that's for sale on the Xbox, and that is Rainbow Six 3. Now Ross has sent me this lovely condition boxed version here, and if we look inside, does actually come with the earpiece. Now I'm not sure if that's more needed for online play, or whether there's some sort of like voice activation within the game. As I say, it's not a game I've played, and I've definitely never played a game with a headset before. But again, guys, everything is absolutely perfect in there. Rainbow Six. And there we have it, guys. So that is what we've come up with within, I would say, the last 10 days. And well, totals. So when you think we've got all of these games, we've got all of these games to play. That is a lot of games there. That's a lot. Plus this one. We've got a lovely, lovely controller in excellent condition. Works perfect. Absolutely over the moon with that. And we've got an Xbox, working Xbox, with all the cables and everything, which cost £12 to repair. So guys, altogether, the games come to £13.95, and the Xbox cost about £12 to repair. So, by my reckoning, that is £26, basically £26 for all of that. Now I think I've done okay, and I'd like to know if you can do, or what you can do with 26 quid, because I think that's not bad going. So I've managed to get me collecting buzz that's been getting fed, but while knocking it down, you know, looking for something different, looking for something that I think is retro. It's right on the verge, I would say it is retro, but also games that are enjoyable, really playable. There might be a couple in there that I don't get on with, or you know, I'm not really into that genre, but I'm going to give them a try. And for the sake of like 50 pence or a pound, I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it for 50 pence or a pound. So there you go, guys. That is what I've been up to the last few days. Obviously, we've been doing the quiz as well, which went really well. Really enjoyed doing the last two, especially. You know, I've had some great guys on there recently, and yeah, as I say, I've been catching up a lot on everyone's videos, while not quite being as busy myself. But that's about to change, guys. So until next time, goodbye.